lived in Kenya for like going on 2 years this August. And let me tell you, this place, if you're not someone who has a strong personality or has decided who they want to be, this place will drown you in shame.
Ilikuwa 40,000 but hata yeye mwenyewe anaambia customer naweza kufanya na 20,000. Because they want so much to have that second customer, that third customer, to show they have customers. This problem
is ni people pleasing. Ukweli wangu
is so serious in startups because startups need more money than established businesses.
In the dating market, most of us guys, we are going to think about money and expenditure when it comes to maybe looking for a partner. But we are going to realize it is the packaging that works more than the money that is behind you. Yo, let's talk about limitations. We are usually shaped by limits that don't physically exist. You see, in life, we live it by observing what is happening, and as we observe, we see what is being judged and what is being accepted. Eventually, all we have observed governs the way we are going to express ourselves. And with time, as we continue doing that, we develop a voice inside our heads. And this voice tries to tell you, oh, you do not belong with that group. Oh, you cannot do a certain thing. I mean, how many times have we challenged ourselves? Then you come to the realization that there is this thing in your head inakwambia, hey, you can't do that. Umeingia hapo hivyo zoezi, umepiga gym, unainua mawe, uko like, ai, siwezi inua hii weight. That voice in your head. Or maybe you're in a classroom and you're trying to understand a certain subject. Then it dawns in your head that, oh, I'm not good at doing a certain thing. God damn it, bro. That is the voice I'm talking about. And that is the voice that places limitation in most people. Even though we create friends with it and we stop looking at it. It's like a shadow looming over your shoulders and guiding you towards the choices that you are going to be aware of, ama the opportunities that you can actually see in your environment. So today's clips are actually going to reveal a lot about that certain voice we all have in our heads, ama the ideology that there are these limitations that we impose on ourselves and they are actually very derogative. And what happens when we start to actually examine that certain voice that pops up hivi? Kakawa, welcome back manze to the RadaFiles. Wananitanga yo frate. Manze, it's the bitter things in life that matter. Na
Lived in Kenya for like going on 2 years this August. And let me tell you, this place, if you're not someone who has a strong personality or has decided who they want to be, this place will drown you in shame. Like, one of the alarming things to me when I came here is that people are just genuinely so embarrassed. Like, people are embarrassed to be who they are or to be different or to express themselves in an alternative way. Like, literally, everyone is in this cocoon of how they're being perceived, and it's honestly crazy. One of the signs that was telling to me of this is when, I live with my mom and we live in a pretty like, small, like not modern conservative place. But I went to the store and I got myself pads. Why are they handing the pads to me like a folded bad, like I got a bad grade on a test? Like, why are you, like, everyone can see I'm a woman. Why are you wrapping it in like 10,000 newspapers and trying to like hide it? Like, we all know I bleed. Everyone can see I'm a woman. Like, it's not a secret. It's nothing new. But another telling,
it's the same thing as when you're going manzi kwa chemist, unaitisha CD. Niuzie CD. Ni nini wewe unaanza sijui kuiweka sijui wapi unaanza kuirap. We all know everyone is fucking out here. Ni nini nipatie CD yangu niweke kwa mfuko. Ala, kama umeenda hapo pia kununua P2. We all know P2 ni ya nini. Hata wase wenye hawajui ni ya nini. So hata ukificha ndio you are bringing more attraction, You are attracting more people to question, na hiyo nini imefunikwa hivyo?
assigned to me was that I wear like bright colored clothing. I don't like black. I don't like how it looks on me. I don't like how it feels on me. I don't like wearing dark clothing. It's just not my vibe. So I wear primarily like bright yellow, pink, purple, like light blue. That's the kind of vibe I'm on. And then I'll be walking and everyone will be looking at me. And I'm mind you, I'm dressed decently. Like you can't see my knees most days. I came to realize it's purely because I'm expressing myself in a way that is undigestible and quote unquote different.
Ngoja isi ya mamamba walai, kawe ni mamba walai hapo utauma inje. Unajua wase wengi au mamamba wanasema we have to dress in a certain way to be mysterious. That's why you're going to see most people will actually try to blend in rather than to try and stand out, kwa sababu they often judge themselves, especially hapo hivyo kwa luku. Most people always like wearing dull so that they can fit in. Sijui ni culture gani hii tumecreate manze mtaani
from other people. And it's not, the thing is, it's not even that people don't want to express themselves. Was it last year or this year? Like this girl came up to me and she was like, I love the way you dress. I wish I could dress the way you do. Like once I get over how people feel about me and how people think of me, I will do. And I'm like, no one is stopping you. Like you could literally just wake up and decide that you want to dress expressively and dress expressively because it's your life. People drown in how other people are thinking about them and how they're being perceived, that they actually live their life on a perceived basis. Like they're not living their life on an experiential basis. And it's so saddening. I just wish people here would be more true to themselves and indulge in the things that they like and just be who they are and not be so afraid to express themselves the way that they choose, man. It's really sad. Like if you're not someone who has decided that you want to unlearn shame and live as your authentic self here, man.
Remember, you can always support the channel. Tap hapo hivyo chini, link in the description below, and buy me a soda as you are watching these clips. Now that I think about it, unajua pia mimi nilikuwa na issue kaa hizi, I was battling these things, especially when I was starting YouTube. I was afraid to expose ama to express myself that I am into alternative forms of thinking. I am into alternative forms of religion. So nilikuwa najipata naji-express in a certain kind of way. And all this I realized it came from this idea known as people pleasing. When you are all the time trying to please people, trying to think about, how is this person going to judge me? Will I fit in? It takes away your power. And when you take away somebody's power, they cannot really express themselves. Then unapata hapo hivyo ndio mtu anaanza kujifanya, I am shy. Yes, most of us are not really shy. We just need to get comfortable in most environments. Unaangalia tu environment yako. Siku za kwanza usiende kama umechachisha. Just observe around. Angalia what is working, what is not. And then become yourself. I'm also not saying that people should be completely rebellious of what they should actually do, because there are these things in certain societies kwenye unapata you are expected to dress in a certain way. Huwezi enda dubs alafu uko hapo hivyo unatembea around na bikini ama showing off cleavage and stuff. So there are these societies that kuna these unspoken rules ama these rules that have been engraved in them that you should actually behave in these forms of ways. That's why nasema you actually need to observe your environment kwanza before you express yourself. And let me know, guys, why don't most people, especially manzezi sides za East bana, why don't we meet people who express themselves naturally ama fully in alternative ways? Juu mi nikienda hizi side za west side ndio naanza kurealize kuko na different aesthetics manze. Unapata mtu amevani kama ako Asia hadi uko like goddamn bro. Unapata msee mwingine amevani kama zinitangoaje African aesthetic hadi uko like we actually exist in the same environment and we can actually exchange words. Tunajipata hapo hivi tuna vibe almost with the same things. It's just the way we are dressing.
When I've been learning about pricing is a factor number one that kills startups. Most startups die because of underselling themselves.
That sounds like you're saying there is nothing like overpricing.
There isn't. Most startups die because they have a fear in themselves that akienda meeting, because customer namuhitaji sana, akianza kuprice ilikuwa 40,000, but hata yeye mwenyewe anaambia customer naweza kufanya na 22,000. Because they want so much to have that second customer, that third customer, to show they have customers. This problem
hiyo si ni people pleasing, ukweli uongo,
is so serious in startups because startups need more money than established businesses. And for obvious reasons, they need to fund their business using the sales they make. And therefore, if they underprice, then they are in trouble from day one. It comes down to this, like, so it is not advisable to play the price game, especially when you're starting.
so
If you're starting a startup, that's like my Cuban's health startup, that is meant to come and disrupt the medical world, and you're already a billionaire, and you've made it in another sector, it's different. But if you're like most of us, that the startup is what will set you up or set you down, then pricing becomes number one. So when you start...
before I explain, there's something I actually learned about pricing. And I learned this when I was being ushered into manzeku learn stories events, throwing events. And also when I was interacting with big record studios. Pricing is there to filter out certain groups of people. Juu, hata wewe unajua, when you start a business, you want to attract a certain form of client. Sindio? And that client is going to look in a certain kind of way if the pricing is too low. Ndio mtu atashinda hapo hivyo manze amekucomplainia sijui nini. But if you cap your price at a certain point, mtu tu atasoma hiyo price akwe like, hey, hiyo siwezi nunua. Kama juzi nimeenda kwa perfume store perfume fulani imenibamba, nanusa hivi nauliza ni pesa ngapi. Buda naambiwa 25,000. Niko like, we enyewe hiyo price it's not mine yet, but maybe one day, for sure one day I'm going to get that cologne. But I hope you get what I mean. Pricing is meant to filter out certain groups of individuals, to filter out a certain form of class. Ni classism, but we all know huwezi run business pia ukishinda hapo hivi umekopesha watu. So to some extent naelewa why he's talking about pricing is the issue when it comes to small businesses, because they depend on that funding to grow their business. But since I have started nilikuwa nimejaribingi kuanza a form of business. Right now, if I'm going to start a business, I'm going to tell you I won't focus on the price of things. I will focus on the value that I offer and put my price somewhere hapo hivyo. Umeangalia venye nimeprice hapo hivyo nini zangu? Membership zangu ziko at a certain price. And that's it. It's because I am building trust with you people first of all. If you can trust what I'm doing and you want to actually grow whatever I'm actually doing, then you can become a member, and that way we can grow together. Other than that, acha malize kwanza.
You must have a product or a service. Every company you know has a product or a service. It needs to be clear what the service is what the product is, what they do. Make sure it is clear and state it in a simplified manner, in a clear manner. For example, for my chicken business, Swigo grows kienyeji chicken.
Man, umse anaongea slow, but wacha niseme hivi. Let's go back to the topics that most of us understand. The dating market. In the dating market, most of us guys, we are going to think about money and expenditure when it comes to maybe looking for a partner. But we are going to realize it is the packaging that works more than the money that is behind you. So if you can package your value in a certain way, you're going to realize you will bag the 6 kwenda juu, acha tuseme the 8s, 9s and 10s, just because of your packaging first. Ni kama hii ideology ya older men have their lives figured out. Tunaweza sema hivyo because they started the game earlier, so they are expected to have more money, more experience, vitu kaa hizo. So as a young person, how are you going to actually play this dating game? You can't focus now on the price, that is the money. You're going to focus on other things, such as building trust, such as creating a certain form of connection with the partner you have targeted. That way, you will get the partner invested, and your chances of winning in that situation are going to be higher compared to that other person focusing on pricing. Juu, ukiangalia pia huku hivi nje kwa hiyo dating market, you're going to realize most young women wanasikiza history ya people should have money, you should not have, should have a certain form of money. Wanaichukulia ni slavery to them. They don't want to be put in a situation where they are being told to do certain things that don't sit well with them. So that way uko na an advantage as a young person. Kweli uongo? Acha malize. Ama mimi sijui anaongelea nini story ya kuku. Let's get to the next video. YouTube thinks you might be interested in the video on your screen at the moment. Click on that video. I'm waiting to see you on the next one.